Oh my God, this second of the day, 3:09 in the afternoon here in Buffalo, New York. I'm Gia-Nina Hidalgo, once again, still being threatened to be eaten by a wolf in this apartment, in the holding center, at ECMC or psychiatric center, which I do not belong in ECMC, the holding center, prison, or the psychiatric center. I'm not mentally ill at all. I'm not fraud with my Social Security disability. I worked a regular job too. I can no longer work a regular job because my back is messed up with slip discs. Yes, I have been to 900 hurdle about it several times. There is nothing that I can do about my back right now. Yes, I have money for my surgery, which everything that I own I have been reinstated for, and I'm still in business. I'm still a producer, writer, director, business owner. I'm still the queen of every country in the world. I'm still a Christian. I'm still a mom of 4 adult children, Jalen, Jordan, Jonathan, and Gia-Nina. Yes, me and my 4 children that are adults are Barbies and royalty of every country in the world. I'm still in this Buffalo apartment, and they're still threatening to break the window, kick the door in, and let a real life wolf in this apartment that is supposed to eat my body and kill me. I don't know whose idea it was. My children were raped and tortured and held hostage. I've gotten several apartments here in the city of Buffalo, and when I went to pick my 3 sons up, time after time after time, they would not come out and leave from those torturous situations. So I don't know what to do. 2 of them left those torturous situations. Jalen still in that situation and being accused of fathering 2 children. Those 2 boys are not his children. He is not a Wilson. He is Carlos Santana Chiva's son, aka Kevin Gates, the rapper. Jordan, me and Michelo's son, had a red wolf head tattoo on his hand. He was made to get that tattoo and say that he was sold to the wolf. Jalen keeps saying that these non-Navy soldiers, staff, period, keep threatening the Navy ships where things come and go all over the world because we're in business. Do this, and then I'll protect the ships. Which each time he gets hurt, or I get hurt, or 2 innocent children get hurt at 79 Del San Court in North Buffalo, Buffalo, New York, 14216. Daniel, who was known as Eve, Evie, Evelina, Evelyn Hidalgo, at 79 Del San Court, phone number is 716-553-9824. He orders from Walmart, Amazon, shops at Target, Price Right, Sam's Club, acknowledges himself as a witch, a Satanist, he is a large, very large man that is 5'2" and wears a size 8, 8.5, sometimes a 9 in shoes. That's women's shoes that he wears. Does have a pair of green Timberland boots. My son Jonathan, I guess he recently bought a pair of green Timberland boots out in California. I don't know if they made him wear those to try to confuse the situation or what. I don't know what size. Daniel Eve is what I'm calling him at 79 Delsan Court, who is a transgender. My son Jalen with the braids right now is not a transgender or female or hermaphrodite or gay. He is very successful and professional. He is made to act like a dummy and a typical black dude from Buffalo, or a typical black and white non-Navy staff member, or a typical black and white who is not Italian and is not real mafia guy from Florida or here in Buffalo or wherever else, Detroit maybe, I don't know, have heard something about Detroit before or something, I don't know, or Chicago, I don't know. These dudes just keep harassing Jalen, and Rick Ross and Trina, our former music artists, had been stealing and misguiding the Navy ships, not all, some. They thought it was funny. They thought it was a good idea to disrespect us since we are royalty of the world. They acknowledged they were jealous and vindictive. They acknowledged they were criminals. They are not the only ones that have been threatening the ships. Jalen is 25 years old. He does not have to stay at 79 Delsan Court in North Buffalo, Buffalo, New York. 14216. My son Jalen, my son Jordan, my son Jonathan, and my daughter Gia-Nina are not Cassandra, who is a man, or Sasha, who is a man, and those aren't those two real names. Those are not their children. They cannot have children. Melissa, who is a man, cannot have children. Jalen, Jordan, Jonathan, and Gia-Nina are my children. They are not Wilsons or Andersons. My mother, Wendy or Gwen, is not royalty. My father, Louis Hidalgo, was royalty. I'm Gia-Nina Hidalgo. I have been queen of every country in the world for a while now. I have been in business all over the world for a while now. And music, entertainment, everything. For a while now. Not just a little while. I'm 45 or 46 years old, technically. I have 4 tattoos. Left calf, right upper arm, chest and back tattoos. My coccyx was broken at 46 East Oakwood, where I was held hostage along with my father, Luis Hidalgo, which shifted the disc in my lower back. I still went to high school. I still had the 4 children. I still worked a regular job as well as music, entertainment, business, everything that we own. I'm so tired of coming on YouTube and speaking about this because I'm ready to go, which was a simple move, but you know, Alan, who you call Do-Through, and Mikolo, who you call I or Mick or Dooman, thought it was a good idea, along with my mother, Wendy Ground, or Gwen, to keep us here hostage in Buffalo and rape and torture, because my mother seems to think that Billy's sons, Tina, Tiny, or Estrelita, OC, oh God, I don't know, Pooh Bear, or the other Wendy, or Joanna, or all those that were claiming native royalty and whatever the freak else they were trying to say they were. And they're not. All those fake native so-called sisters over there at Mary's on the west side or wherever else that they had lived, which would not be in my house in Vaughan, Canada, or the Billionaire, or on Palm Avenue in Miami, Florida. My mother, Wendy or Gwen, I don't know what name she's going by, does not own anything, is only entitled to United States of America SSI checks each month because she is dyslexic, vindictive, immature. I don't have any of those problems. She is international, meaning she is of every race, of every country in the world. But she was dyslexic and could not perform regular duties as a mother to me. But I was a little girl, a baby. So she could not be a wife to my father, Luis Hidalgo. She was kicked out of where she lived because she was too vindictive, jealous, and dyslexic. And I believe she has ADHD. I'll say it again. I don't have any mental problems. She lives with all of these black and Polish people's father, who just keeps making all these babies that he cannot take care of, that come out handicapped every single time, with all kind of mental disabilities and social disabilities. She will tell her story of being a Barbie. Oh, she got dressed once or twice and Barbied up. That will sacrifice some because of Billy or Buffalo Bill or William, his family, because they acknowledged a long time ago they were jealous of Barbies. My mother likes to show that off and claim this and claim that, and like I said a few moments ago, my mother is only entitled to SSI payments each month and maybe food stamps. So that's all she is entitled to. We gave her $50,000 to escape this hostage situation she said she was in, and I was already knowing that she decided to sacrifice us in a way that was very unnecessary at all, because sacrifice is unnecessary, completely unnecessary. I don't know what wolf dicks, where those come from, but everybody kept talking about how my mother Wendy stinks with vaginitis and wolf dick diseases, how she was very jealous of my Pinterest and Pinterest Lite apps, which is an online magazine that we pay for to run both apps. I'm still doing laundry. Jordan acknowledged through Letitia Davis over the listener's device loudspeaker that he was coming to pick me up. He ran into a few problems out there in Amherst or Williamsville. I'm not sure if my son Jalen left from 79 Delsan Court or not. Every time I call, he does not pick up when I call through the camera. He does not pick up if I call direct. He picks up if I call private. And then all these accusations from Buffalo Bill's kids, William, who my mother, Wendy, or Gwen, or Gwendolyn, lives with, all these mentally retarded people and children are his kids, including at 79 Delsan Court, who you know as Evelyn Hidalgo, who is not really Evelyn, who is not really a Hidalgo, who is not Hispanic, who is of a black woman and Buffalo Bill, or Billy, or William, a Polish man with mental issues who is a homicidal maniac, and obviously a nympho, or some type of other mental issues like OCD, ADHD. He is very vindictive and jealous, abusive, because I have heard that he beats my mother up over there, and those Valentina, Tani, or Estrelita, Joanna, Pooh Bear, Wendy, those other few, Joanna and all those, at Mary's over there on the west side, who are men and not women, threaten my mother this, threaten my mother that, but you chose to go sleep around and sell drugs and side with this, so that's where you have been living with this man that abuses you, and the both of you usually smoke crack and do heroin, and he makes all these babies that are mentally retarded and have all these mental illnesses all over the city of Buffalo and other places where they have killed Hispanic people and other cultures, which, like I said before, I am the queen of every country in the world. I'm not a bum. I'm not a crackhead. I'm not a heroin addict. I'm not mentally ill. I'm not emotionally messed up or have any emotional disorders. I'm very aggravated because I don't have to live here under all the Billy's children's threats because my mother is jealous, and so is Mikolo, and all these handicapped people are jealous and claim they are so professional, and they're not. They're mentally ill, and some don't like to acknowledge the fact that their mother is a dark-skinned black woman. All of Billy or William or Buffalo Bill's kids are of a dark-skinned black woman, and he is a mentally ill Polish man. He is a very large man, very tall. He is a very mentally ill person. He is not a Barbie. He is not really a police officer or sergeant of the police in Kenmore. He is not a doctor. He is not anything but a homicidal maniac, nymphomaniac with other mental illnesses who is jealous of Barbies. He's also a drug addict, like I said a few moments ago. I don't know if he was just dead for a little while, a couple weeks, a month, because my mother killed him and thinks that she's going to go be royalty in Canada after she was already, pronounced dyslexic and could not be royalty anyway because my father, Louis Hidalgo, was royalty, which makes me royalty, which makes my 4 children, Jalen, Jordan, Gianna, and Jonathan, royalty. We own the billionaire in California. We own the house in Vaughan, Canada, where people have been trespassing, even painting. We own those homes on Palm Avenue in Florida, Miami-Dade County. We own the armed forces. We own those Navy ships. We even own the airlines. And FedEx and UPS and other Amazon and Wayfair and Dollar Tree and Big Lots and Ross and Sam's and Walmart and Tops and Price Right, Aldi's, Save-A-Lot, Wegmans, Rite Aid, Eckerd, Faze, Dollar General, etc. All the businesses in the United States and all over the world belong to me and my 4 children, mainly me and my 3 sons, who Gianna has not had a chance to make any money yet because she's been over there with Michelle, Timmy, Elizabeth, Lynette, Marlo, Shia, Tehran, Charlene, Antheline, Pandora, Darnell, Kaylin, Jada, James, and those people were holding her hostage. We have had many efforts to rescue her, which we did. She's 18. She can walk out of that situation since June 13th of this year, which is 2024, which she is royalty. She could have left at any time she wanted to. Same as Jalen, Jordan, and Jonathan, which I kept getting these apartments here in Buffalo to have a place to get situated, to get ready to leave. I'm in another apartment for almost the last 5 years here on Kenmore Avenue in North Buffalo, Buffalo, New York, 14216. My phone number is 716-401-1233. Like I said again, this is my channel. I'm Gia-Nina Hidalgo. I have been on YouTube several times with my phones, creating channels on YouTube, updating information each time as the case has been going on, and my 4 children have been raped and sodomized and tortured and threatened, which, yes, the Air Force is in control of the situation, and we were given permission to find people to intercept threats, which, yes, we did have to intercept threats. Some of you were intercepted in ways that you had threatened myself, Gia-Nina Hidalgo, and my 4 children, Jalen, Jordan, Jonathan, and Gianna. So what you threatened and actually got in traffic, and some of you have been around them in person and raped and sodomized my children, including their 3 fathers. It's 4 children who are adults, 3 fathers who are relatives, and are international on their side. Okay? So you got intercepted with Air Force permission by the real United States Air Force commander. The FBI cannot take control. We do not need forensics. So we do not need elimination process. We do not work with people that threatened us. Some people lost their contracts because they got jealous and threatened. Some people got fired. Wages were going to be increased for our employees at our businesses. President Biden, who was supposed to listen to me and the United States Air Force Commander, Jerry Gillis of Cross Point Act Chapel in Gatesville, New York, and he started going on a computer and taking my employees' increased wages and money that I gave them. I did pay my street security, who are my 4 children, 3 fathers, relatives, $4 million to keep threats away from myself And my 4 children, who, yes, they are adults, but we are royalty. Yes, we have Air Force permission because he sees clear and he knows that we've been under threat. Runs the military, armed forces, all of the armed forces, which I own because I'm the owner of the United States of America, which Biden doesn't have any respect for. And like I said a few moments ago, he took my employees' increased wages because he got jealous. He can't afford anything. We did get the receipts for the United States of America, which I don't have to pay for because I'm the queen. So I can and was reinstated for that. So, in the past, threats have been intercepted. Yes, that the armed forces does include Navy, does include Air Force, Army, Marines, National Guard. This situation over here with Homeland Security is a messed up situation with so-called Gerald Carter is the name that he's using. The CIA, yes, I own and have to pay their wages. They would like me killed by a wolf. So they cannot work. These soldiers claiming to be Air Force and Navy that are creating all of this drama and hysteria on myself and my 4 children and the United States Air Force Commander, who I know as Pastor Jerry Gillis, not Pastor Giles of the Peacemakers on William Street Church in Buffalo, New York. Not on Delavan Avenue in Buffalo, New York. That's a black church. Pastor Giles is a black man. The United States Air Force Commander, who is in control with me and my 4 children, who are the royalty, even of the United States of America, Pastor Jerry Gillis of the chapel at Cross Point, which he's been in several situations because of these same threats here in Buffalo, New York. And Gateway is at a residence for handicapped people and a school. So they cannot be Air Force, Navy, Marines, Homeland, National Guard, or Army. Desmond's relative, who you all know as this blood murderer here in the city of Buffalo and other places, cannot be Army. Maritza, who is really Arnold's relatives, cannot be Marines. They cannot be soldiers in Puerto Rico. all. Johnny is not Navy, never was. Michelob or Duman was FBI, but became very jealous and vindictive, who also decided it was a good idea for us to be held hostage here with all these Polish pig people and rats, literal rats, mixed with human or something. I don't know what is that. That they were pigs, that they used to be men, that they, oh God. They spread diseases, same as Chris in the past, who you call a Pooba, who is not the owner of any Target anywhere. He does not own anything, who could never afford to live. Or any other Pooba, Mason Pooba, in the United States or anywhere else. That is an illegal organization. The Masons are illegal. They cannot and do not own anything. They do not have any money for you. They do not get you your SSI, SSD, or anything like that, which sometimes comes in a paper check form or on a direct express card. Marsha Henley down there in Maryland is a mental retard that cannot be anything and cannot afford anything. Queen Elizabeth is not a queen of United Kingdom, England, Britain. None of those are real royalty. Harry, the one that looks like Marsha's relative, the other one that is really a black and Polish girl, Charles, Diana. They're not real royalty. Never were. I'm really tired. I'm really aggravated. We have been harassed by some of Buffalo police here. So they cannot work if they're mentally retarded. I have been falsely accused in the past of arson. Family court is fraud. Every last one of those people working, meaning attorneys, judges, child advocates, officers, security officers down there, probation. Those people are fraud. Records department petition to, you know how I go here in Buffalo with all that baby mama drama. I've called the police several times on 79 Del San Court, which is known as Evelyn Hidalgo's townhouse apartment, which Evelyn Hidalgo is not his name. I've been calling him Daniel Eve recently. You know, short haircut, nails, size 8, big woman, big breasts, flat butt. It's a townhouse. And, you know, same grandiose OCD swag with excuses and things like that. Same crazy Evie is a man, which is now a transgender, but you know, it just won't stop playing with its penis, especially around children, my children, who are now adults, and other people's children in the past. And I don't know what's going on over there right now, this moment, yesterday, a few moments ago, an hour ago. But I do know that it does rape and torture. So what I'm saying is I can't see into 79 Del San Court. And I can't go over there because he accuses me of his crimes. So no, the whole case didn't blow. I'm saying I'm not a seer, but yes, I'm in business. My 4 children are perfect seers. So was my father, Louis Hidalgo. So is the United States Air Force Commander. My 3 sons have told me in person that they get raped, sodomized, and tortured. He doesn't do that when I have been around. But as soon as I talk to my sons, he butts in and interrupts and tries to misguide and brainwash and so-called encourage. And my 3 sons have been in business since they were very little. And music and entertainment and everything else. Like I said, my daughter Gia-Nina has not been, she's told me that she's been raped and tortured and threatened. I sent somebody over there to get her. I guess they brought her in my apartment so she could see that I was still here in Buffalo and this is where I had been staying for the last almost 5 years. I do have things for her in that Burlington bag and the other Burlington bag that she asked me for. So I confirmed that I heard her request and went and purchased those items for her. Just like I showed you her Gigi hoop earrings. And the video says, Gia-Nina, we love you. And I had a green long sleeve t-shirt on with stripes. I had on sunglasses and a messy bun. My hair was in a messy bun. I was at a bus stop. Yes, I own all the transportation. Lights, gas, central air, everything. Sasha doesn't own anything. Sasha is a man who has mental illnesses and is obsessed with me and my 4 children. So is Cassandra, a man who is obsessed with me and my 4 children. Melissa is a mental retard. Janilka is really a man, a black and white man, not a Hispanic. There are other girls who may be transgenders going by Gia-Nina Hidalgo without my permission. What? Aunt Lydia Elizabeth? It's not my aunt, not a Hidalgo, not Hispanic, formerly of Villa Avenue here in Buffalo. I'm talking about that Lydia. The other so-called Lydia was on Avery and East Oakwood and out in Cheektowaga. And that's a man too. Was never my father's real wife. They are not Hispanic. They are not royalty of Puerto Rico. There are no Hispanics over there in Puerto Rico. They have admitted to killing all the Hispanics over there in Puerto Rico. And just because Daniel Eve at 79 Del San Court with the short haircut, because my son Jalen has braids, and he bet not tell Jalen to cut his hair again. My son Jalen has a red birthmark on his arm by his elbow. Jalen doesn't have any tattoos. He wears a size 10, 10 and a half in shoes. He is a man, a male. He has a beard. He has hazily colored eyes. Jalen's teeth are not crooked at the bottom, to put it to you like that. Jaws, Streets, Young Streets is not any of my children's father. He is their relative. He's their cousin. Jaws has Jalen tattooed on his arm. Jaws has Street Life tattooed on his stomach. And he has Trio tattooed on the other arm. Jaws is dark skinned. Yes, he is international. Yes, he is a Barbie that doesn't care to get dressed and have things and whatever else. Jaws is not Jay-Z or T.I. or any other artist. Jaws was Young Streets. And that's it. As far as music, he does not own anything. Jaws wears a size 8, 8.5, sometimes 9 in men's shoes. It's a 9 if he puts on brown Nike boots with lime green and purple and black. Jalen is brown skin, you know, that tan color, or a little darker. Daniel Eve is fair skin, like white, with crooked bottom teeth and stank breath. Jalen doesn't wear acrylic fingernails. Jalen doesn't get relaxers. Jalen's ID is forced to say Jalen Wilson on it, and it is enhanced driver's license. Man, I swear to God, I got some niggas in the street who so fucking loyal, it just don't make no fucking sense. Yeah, that's my baby's father. Our son is Jalen. Yeah, he was over there shooting with Jaws on May Street, 'cause it was threats. We've always had permission to intercept threats, but we do not need to stay here in Buffalo, New York. I keep saying that. Yeah, Carlos Santana, also known as Kevin Gates, the rapper, his hands and Jalen's hands look almost identical. They're almost the same skin color, hair texture. What you don't understand? Yes, Michelob, Mick, Dooman, who's the same, or Damon, Archie of Hill Street in Central Park, or Victoria, or the owner of Pandora's Bar on Fillmore Avenue. He's Spanish and international. He's not a black man. He's not a brown. What? Afro Dogs, FBI, ADT. He's not Jay-Z's brother. Yes, I'm talking about Michelob. He's Jordan's father, my son Jordan. Ray John is Jonathan and Gianna's father. Oh my God. I'm waiting, guys, so I don't know. I hope I don't get killed by a wolf in this apartment. I keep saying that. Love you guys. Thank you, Pastor Jerry.